We're back in France, down at Mayflower Pool. It's now the 27th of April. Lovely time of year to be down here, but at the moment it's cold, it's wet and a little bit miserable. I arrived this morning, did the overnight crossing, drove down right through the night and got down about 7:30 in the morning, popped into Brian's house. He lives up the road here, and stopped for a coffee, have a chat. Brian's joining me for a few days fishing, so it's lovely, just the two of us on the lake. Nice. The guys last week, there were 3 on, and they fished on the far side of the lake over in swims 4, 5. I think 2 of them doubled up. I think one fished down the shallow end of the lake, swims 7 a bit, didn't have much. I think they ended up with about 40 fish, mainly out from the top end of the lake in swim 4. Not sure the sizes yet, but to find out. I think they did well up until about Thursday, but the temperature's really dropped away. A lot of rain as well the last few days, and this morning it's been heavy rain setting up here. It's been a nightmare, but that's the way it is. Like I say, it's cold though. I think from Thursday, I'm not sure how many fish they had out, but it definitely slowed down. Brian's set up top end of the lake in swim 3. I'm down in swims 1, 2. It's due to warm up a bit. Tomorrow's cold, a bit like today, but dry tomorrow hopefully. Temperature's only about 3 or 4 at night tonight, and up to about 11 or 12 during the daytime. And then Monday onwards it's going up 16, 19 degrees at about 7 or 8 at night. So I'm banking that the fish will move down this end of the lake over the next couple of days or so into the shallow water. You know, it's coming up to early May. They'll be spawning in a few weeks time hopefully. So they're going to get their heads down. They've had 2 weeks, last 2 weeks have been good. So this past week I think they had 40 odd fish. I don't know exactly. They had 40 over the week before that, 2 50s and about 15 40s out. So fishing been very good. Swim 7 opposite, I'll show you in a sec. I think Darren in swim 7, he had a lot of fish. I think he had 10 fish in one night. It was a lot hotter. They had some really warm weather, so the fish definitely migrate down the lake when it's warm. What I've done, I've put 2 rods out in swim 1, solid bags. I'll show you those tomorrow, what I'm doing. And I put 1 just next door here in swim 2, but casting up the side of the lake, only about 15 foot off. Fish a spot I fished a lot in the past, hard area, and done well. But what I've also done is I baited out an area out in front out there, only about 60 yards, 50 yards out. I baited it today, I'll bait it tomorrow, I'll bait it on Monday, but I won't fish it until probably Monday evening. So just keep baiting it up, give them some free food, hopefully they'll move in on it, get some free food for the next few days. Something I do quite a lot of. I'll find a spot I like and I'll bait it for about 2 days or so and don't fish it at all. Keep the other rods well away from it, which is what I'm doing. So these rods now at the moment are fishing down towards the shallows. So the 3rd rod is up, going up towards the deeper end of the lake. So covering a fair bit of water here, not fishing very far out, just little chucks, and hope it works. Turn the camera around so you can have a look at the lake. Looking nice, it's starting to green up nicely now. Another couple of weeks will be really, all the bushes and trees will be filled in. But I say the fish are obviously on the food. A lot of quite a few 50s out in the last few weeks. Loads of 40s, so the big old fish are getting on the munch, a header, spawning. They know they've got to feed up now. so it's looking good. Let me just turn the camera around, you can have a little look. Right, this is the other spot, looking up towards the dam in the lake. I have got, again I'll show you if I can, I've got a wood just there, in that V there, and it's only about sort of 40 yards up there. Caught loads of fish from that spot. One rod, keep the line really slack. Again, just solid bag out there. This spot I never put any bait out. I literally just fished bags on it. Don't know why, but I thought loads of fish like it, so I don't change it. It's the only spot that I don't actually put bait out. I think those fish come along and move along that edge there, not tight in because it's quite shallow, but just a bit further out. They just drift along, and it's just one mouthful of food, and it works for me, so why change it? The mix for the week, I've got a load of boarded crumb which I've crumbed up and air dried out, which I'll mix up. It's Custom Bait Services ultra nut mix that he's made up for me. I didn't want to use fish meals, just me personally, but this time of year it's just a bit colder, so I've gone for the ultra nut at the moment. Then I'd move on to a savoury or fishy mix in about 3 or 4 weeks time. Then I've brought ground bait out with me, Hinderzay mix, load of sweet corn, and a few liquids that I mix in. Hardly any whole boarders at all, literally everything is just sort of crumb. I like to just make a better smell out there basically. That's what I generally always do now, and just fish the bags over the top of it. But I'll try and show a bit more of that tomorrow. But not quite as cold. It was horrible earlier, that typical French rain, steady rain coming down, setting up in the rain when you've had no sleep. It's a nightmare, but hey ho, it is. Like I say, it's going to be cold tomorrow, but hopefully dry tomorrow, and then warming up for the rest of the week. So early days looking good. May take a couple of days for fish to move down towards me, but Brian's seen a few fish out in front of him. And as I say, they caught out over there in swim 4, which was just round over there, fishing up to the sort of like that, the old monk system there that you can see in the distance. Like I say, I'm not sure exactly what they were doing, but hopefully I'll find out a bit more later. But for now, I will catch up with you at some point, hopefully tonight with a fish, if not tomorrow. Right, I was looking down across the swim 7, down into shallow water. I'm fishing 16, just over 16 wraps out, down towards, if I can sort of stick my finger in here anywhere. Let's have a look, see if I can get it. I am fishing down just to that there. Spot there. 2 rods down there. Firmish area. There's a fair bit of deeper silt around, just a bit firmer. You won't find anything dead hard unless you get right close into the edge, but it's never bothered me before. I've got tons and tons of fish out just out in those areas. So put a bit of bait out there, like I say, but then I'll bait it out to the more to the right, an area there, and I'll keep baiting that up with no rods on it for next few till Monday evening, and then I'll move 1 or 2 rods onto that. Depends on how these ones go until Monday. I may chuck one long over to swim 7 because I can fish over into that sort of bay area, not right across it. There's an area that I've often fish out to from swim 7 that's only about 30 yards out. And I may, or I'll probably almost certainly do, and I'll take the camera around with me in the next couple of days, is just go around with my bags, fish some solid bags out from swim 7, take 1 or 2 rods out. I did that a couple of years ago in November, getting up in the morning, first light, go around, had about, over 2 mornings I did that, I think I had about 8 or 9 fish out, including 150 out doing that, and I was catching within about 10-15 minutes of getting round there, and that was November. So the fish do like going down into the area, and it's just like a little flick out, so it's nice fishing. You can reel the other rods in and just bait your area up and leave and rest them up and go fish over there for a big chunk of the day. So it's a nice way of doing it. So we'll see. This is a rod up the margin. This is the one that I sort of think is more likely to go of any of them. We'll see. Particularly if the fish are holding up more in the dam end of the lake, they tend to sort of come around and down on that side a bit. So if this one goes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. As the days go on, I think the fish will move down into the shallow water. At the moment, I think this is the one that's more likely to go out of all of them. Right, I'll catch up with you later, hopefully with a fish. Right, it's now Wednesday lunchtime, still fishless. What I've done is I've moved up. Brian was in swim 3, he's now gone home, and I've moved up here. All the fish I've seen more fish in the afternoon up here than I have in the whole time down at the other end of the lake, so the fish seem to be holding up this end of the lake. Saying that, Brian only have had the 1, but they are here, they're showing. Last night I saw about 3 or 4, this morning there's 1 showing down in the corner here on the left hand side on the dam. So at the moment I've put a rod down here, right in the margin here, where I've seen that fish, and there's 1 showed there yesterday evening, a big fish. 1 here and 1 about there. At the moment now I borrowed Brian's bait boat. I didn't bring mine this trip because I don't like using them, but I don't want to spook it too much out here casting away, so I borrowed this bait boat, put the baits out, fishing out at line with the monk system. Areas where I've always caught in the past, so start how you mean to carry on, hopefully. But last evening Brian had them right across, because the other night there were about 50 shows, but a lot of them were sort of the other side of the mump, over in that top bay. But interesting enough, last night or evening the fish were showing in this side of the lake, on this side of the mump system. So I don't understand why I didn't bring in the rods and put them out there, because the fish were all showing. There's only about 5 or 6 shows, but they're all in this side. It's a big fish. I'd have brought at least 2 out of the 3 in and position them shorter, but didn't have any of him. Gone home, so this is it now. For the next 3 nights I've got to make it work now. It's all or nothing. Whatever they're feeding on or not feeding on, it's been about a week now. Thursday was the last time they ain't had a fish, and they were catching like loads of fish up to that point. At one point I think the last night they caught, the guy said he just couldn't keep the rod in the water catching that many, and it's literally just switched off. Like I say, there's been one fish out. Brian had one fish, and they didn't have him the last sort of day night of their trip. So whatever's happened, it has switched off completely. But that's been now since sort of late Thursday last week. So nearly a week, and it's just switched off. So it's got to switch on again at some point. I just hope it happens in the next 3 days or 3 nights. The fish here, so fingers crossed. Really a load of noise in the background. 1st of May, it's their national holiday here. Someone thought it was fun to put on a massive tannoy system at 1 AM this morning for about half an hour. God knows why. Started up again at 7 o'clock this morning. It's been pretty much going all day, but that'll be finished by tonight. We're back to work tomorrow. It's a big celebration here. But they love banging out the old music on the old tannoy system. I'll show you my bivvy setup. Let me just turn the camera around, you can see. There's my setup for the next few days. No point in putting the bivvy up. I might as well just camp out inside under cover. It's due to be a bit of rain I think the last couple of nights, so this way I'll pack my bivvy away now so it's all dry going home. Just sleep under that for the next few nights so it's nice and comfy. What we said for it, and we'll see how. But I'll let you know how we get on, as always. At least I feel I'm on fish now, whereas before I just didn't think I had much chance at all for the last couple of days at least. But here, the fish are out there, and if they're there, it only takes one. Anyway, back to you later, I hope. Catch you soon. Well, I've been waiting a long time for this fish. Finally come, close in rod, sort of load of fizz in. Just knew it's going to go. First bit of activity I've actually seen where I thought there was fish there, so a quick look. Thank you. £29, not massive, but do you know what? Very, very welcome. Yeah. Beautiful little fish, but it's taken a long time coming. But at least it's a fish I'm not going to blank. There's something, and there's still 2 more nights to go, so you know, maybe I'll start to come on the feed now. Anyway, get her back and hopefully another one. Right guys, things are improving. I lost one earlier, had a tench, and now I've had one of the ones that I came here for, £45. Good for fish, probably good fight as well. Now, lovely looking fish. Caught on my right hand rod along the margin. Have all the action to come on that rod. Little white pop up, tip with a few maggots. So, lovely fish. And hopefully a few more tonight. Yeah, right, put her back. And hopefully, it's 8 o'clock now. Maybe a chance for a few more. There we go. Right, I thought I'd just quickly show you the bait that I've been using this week. As I say, I've been using Hinder's A mix. Mixed up with a few of the pellets, a few maggots and sweet corn. So that's what my mix looks like. I don't know if you can see in there. It's very dark. But it's a real the loopy mess. I've been mixing it in with some of the tiger nut extract, and the same with this. This is the there's not much left in there now. That's my boarded crumb, which again, that's been mixed up with the tiger nut extract, condensed milk and boiling water. So that was all air dried, that crumb. And now, I mean, that is just sort of a real stodge. So that's what I've been putting a little bit of that out, not loads. And say the rigs I've been using, I've moved on to multi rigs. They seem to be working. Little pop up with a little few maggots on top, and that's been it. Very simple. I've tried everything really. Method, feeders, I fish with worm. Like I say, got solid bag on again now over there. Just trying loads of different things this week, but until yesterday the fish just weren't feeding, so it doesn't matter what I was doing, I wouldn't have caught. So but now I've had a few fish, looks good for a few more hopefully. Just keep with these methods now, they seem to be working, and hopefully a couple more fish. Improving. Friday morning, just had this one, well about 20 minutes ago. I just put the camera on, set it up, so I just put it into retention just while setting this up. Just give it a rest. Funny enough, same size as the last one, 45. Lovely dark brown fish. Caught exactly the same rod. I've had what, 4 runs, 3 fish now, and they've all come on exactly the same. Same rod. What I've done is I've now moved my middle rod onto that margin as well, and on the dam, because everything's come on that off that dam. Nothing's come out in the open water. The only thing I've done is on the middle rod now, I'll put that onto a solid bag. This one's just on, well it was on a helicopter, but I've actually changed over this morning onto just a normal lead clip arrangement with a multi-rig rather than the spinner rig. Don't know why, but I just feel more confident. Let's have a look at you, babe. You say it's a lovely dark, lovely dark fish. Beautiful one that. Well happy with that. 240s. Let's say I started to believe I wasn't going to catch anything, but turned on. Literally the lake just came alive yesterday. Fizzing, bubbling, fish showing. They look like they're feeding. We're up to them something or other this week. That's that cold rain weather just switched them totally off. But now they're right back on it. So I'm hoping we might get a couple more before I have to pack up and leave in the morning. Anyway, that beaut, £45. I'll get it back. Sweet, thank you. Four fish, same rod, £39. Very pretty fish. Caught on the little white pop up as usual, but just come on 4 o'clock bite time, so very happy with that one. Right. Get back, lovely fish. Very pretty. Right, so here we go. Sometime during the night, I'm not sure what time it is. Right, this one's the smallest of the trip, still very welcome. £28. Sometime very early Saturday morning, I imagine. Yeah. The other one might have been the last one, possibly the last one of the trip, but no. I've still got the early morning feeding time, so this is my 6th fish. So it's small, this one, but lovely all the same. Trip very much come to an end now. Caught my left hand rod. It'll pop up. Thank you very much. Right, let's get it back. Right guys, that's me done. Everything's packed apart from the last rod. My banker rod, I've left it out as usual to the last. Thought I might have had a chance of one more before I left, but all I had was a tench this morning, but that's where it goes. So it's a trip of 2 halves. Well, 5 days sitting, waiting for fish to feed, nothing at all, not showing, definitely not feeding, moved, and then in under 24 hours I've had 6 fish and lost 1. You know, you look back and think if they'd been feeding the whole week, what would have been, but you know, that's fishing. Well, till next time, I'll see you then. Cheers.